Hey my friends, and welcome back to KUAM News Extra. In just a very, very short time, just only a matter of years, mixed martial arts has gone from a relatively not known sport in the island to arguably the biggest sport here in the community. It's loved by so many on the island, and here we produce the Pacific Extreme Combat events, and they have now branched out. Now, here to talk about PXC, the upcoming event, and plus what PXC is doing in the Philippines is the guru of Guam MMA, PXC promoter Eli Monge. Eli, good to see you, man.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Okay, so you are known as probably the ambassador of Guam MMA. You've done a lot for the sport. You know, you've been a fan of the sport. You started out, and now you're more directly involved in it. You know, before we get into the semantics of, you know, the events and everything like that, how have you seen the sport evolve over the years in Guam? It's, you know, only about a few years.
Well, it's really, there's both of us. There's Joey Calvo and I. You know, we embrace martial arts. You know, we've been doing jiu-jitsu for so many years, and that's where the passion started from. And if you know MMA is really grappling, and majority of the fights go to the ground. So that's where the love started. But on Guam itself, it's amazing how fast it grew. We started this PXC in about, I say, the late 2002, 2003, almost 9 to 10 years now. And it's so amazing to see so much talent on Guam. You know, we have we have the local fighters that have the heart, the drive, to train hard. They pick up on the skills. They're so demanding in their diet. They live, breathe MMA, and it's amazing to see a small island like Guam have so many talented fighters.
Yeah, on any given night, you can drive around pretty much anywhere on the island, see, like, you know, guys with their earbuds in, running, and you can tell they're training, and guys very, very passionate about what
they're training. There's so many people training MMA. There's a lot of people that don't fight, but there's a lot of people that train. I mean, training MMA it's an amazing sport because it keeps you fit. My wife trains it. You know, she loves doing you know, kickboxing, and her friends. I mean, the sport itself is a good type of sport to stay in shape.
Now, testament to that is the fact that the event coming up this Friday is PXC 25. Now, I've been along with the company. Remember, we had, like, you know, PXC 2 and PXC 3, 25 different events right now.
Well, it's actually more than that because we've done 19 Preva House. We've done 4 PXC Lives. We've done 1 for the military that we raised money for the troops. For the troops. We did 3, I think, if I'm not mistaken, 3 or 4 in Saipan. So we're about 50-some fights in already, and it's amazing. It's an amazing journey. I loved every minute of it. I would not change anything of it. My Uncle Joe and I had the chance to travel the world. We went to Panama. We met good friends along the way in Florida and Texas, Japan, Korea. I mean, you name it, we've met it. And you know, it's funny, but a lot of people hate their job. I love my job. I mean, you get to sit there and you get to watch something that you produce and put together months before the event, and it's amazing.
So given that frame of reference that you've been all over the place, and, you know, you guys have scouted, and you guys have, you know, compared the calibers and everything, where does Guam rank as far as, you know, what's the caliber here?
Well, right now, I mean, we're known anywhere in the world. People know PXC. Whenever either I travel or Joy travels and we go to gyms, people know who PXC or what's PXC. Because, you know, we've had Jeremy Horn, we have Rich Clemente, we had Cabbage, we had Big Country that fights for UFC. We had a lot of UFC fighters that fought in PXC. So, you know, we're well known, but we're not. UFC is the godfather of the fight game. They've been at it for a long time, and you know, there's a lot of companies that start and don't make it, and we're lucky and blessed that we've been able to continue the fights all these years. So we're probably like, you know, you have the pro baseball teams, and you have the what do you call those?
Yeah, the farm clubs and
the minor
leagues.
Yeah, minor leagues. So we're minor league. We cultivate the sport and get them ready for the big shows, and that's what we hope for, is to have one of our own Guamini and Chamorro boys make it to the big show.
Okay, so of course PXC 25 is on Friday. Everybody watch the commercials to see where you can get the tickets for that. But let's talk a little bit about PXC in the Philippines, because the first event was held maybe about a month ago. You got about 40 seconds left and everything. So how is it expanded regionally?
It's amazing. You know, the team, the Tropical and PXC team, they went out there, they kicked butt. They put it together. We went out there and did what we did. We brought our talent. My wife, Betty Ann, EJ, Joey, John Paul, all of us out there went out there and did what we do here, and it was amazing. And we had about a little bit over 500,000 viewers in the Philippines, and that was amazing. So we have another show coming up August 20th, and that's with it's with the 155 tournament, and that's with a local boy here, and it's gonna be good. I mean, it's something that we've never expected to happen. So.
Probably the most amazing thing is it hasn't plateaued and everything. It just gets bigger and bigger every single time.
No, it's getting bigger. It's not going to stop. MMA is here to stay, and we're lucky that we were there at the beginning of the train ride, and we're still on. So.
Okay, Eli Monge, PXC fight promoter. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.